Hi again, everyone. This is just a quick review of the live reading lesson that we did. I know some people had technical problems, so I wanted to just cover the key points again. So we talked about how it's important to reread like an expert and use the lingo, use the words that you learn so that you can speak like an expert. And we looked at this book by our dear old Gail Gibbons, The Planets. And on this page, she says that the planets circle around the sun in paths called orbits. And then she gives us a label. And now we've learned the word orbit. So we're not going to say planets go around the sun. We're going to say planets orbit the sun. That's lingo. We just learned a new word and we should use it. On the next page, she says this: while a planet is orbiting, there you go, you see that? Now she's using the new word. She wants you to be an expert reader, too. She's not going to go back to the old words. While a planet is orbiting around the sun, it is moving in another way, too. It spins or rotates. There you go. So, just like Gail Gibbons does in most of her books. No glossary, no key term. She just puts it in the sentence. And she labels it. There's the noun, rotation. And she even has an arrow showing us how it rotates. And then she says the time it takes for a planet to rotate is its day. Each planet's day is different. While a planet is rotating, see what she's doing? She's not going back to the old word. She's using the new word because she wants you to learn it. So we're not going to say planets spin. Now we're going to say planets rotate. And I think the next book we picked was, oh yeah, this one. Another book by Gail Gibbons. Well, I wonder if she knows how much we use her books. So here it says at the bottom, our moon is the brightest and biggest light in our night sky. It outshines all the stars and planets. So we don't need to say the moon is brighter than planets. Now we can say the moon outshines the planets. See how it works? Oh, yes. All aboard how trains work. So I told you this story about how my 4-year-old loves trains and asked me one day what these things are. He called them the wooden things. So instead of calling them the wood things, we had to find out what the name was. And we saw in this book that trains run along tracks made of steel and wood. The rails are steel. Wooden ties hold them. Oh, and there we have it there. Ties. That's what they're called. So we're not going to say the wooden things on the tracks. Now we're going to say the ties. Oh, yes. I love this. I wish we could just have class on a train. Woo woo! Okay, and here's the book Rocks and Minerals. Okay, and we can see in the middle the ingredients that make rocks are called minerals. There it is. So now we're going to use the word minerals. We're not going to say the different stuff inside of a rock. Rocks are made of small things. We don't say that anymore. Now we say rocks are made up of minerals. Oh, and of course you know this book. And in our recent math lesson, we saw this. Sort the first four Jersey numbers. Jersey. Well, team, uniforms, and shirts with numbers on them. Oh, okay. Well, now I can understand what a jersey is. I used the whole page to learn a new word. Okay. Now, jersey is not math lingo. It's sports lingo. It's clothing lingo. But we can learn words from any nonfiction book. All right, boys and girls, so that brings us to the end of this bend where we reread something like an expert. We learn the new words, and then we want to be sure that we can use them so that when we teach someone else what we know, we're using the real words. And we can only learn them by reading. Okay, boys